Good evening, wrestling fans. Welcome back to Evolution of Pro Wrestling. We're your host, Lewis. We're about to have another exclusive interview with an up-and-coming superstar that we've seen in numerous promotions that we'll name during this interview. Also, he's going to be a part of a excellent event coming up. We would like to welcome Mr. Will Austin, and we're going to be plugging him in a few minutes. I believe he's actually there right now. Just going to add him on. He's plugging in right now.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing, Mr. Austin? Welcome to the show, sir.
Good. Thank you for having me.
No problem, no problem. It's a pleasure to have you here. We've heard so much about you. We've seen you in several organizations wrestling. One of them would be Columbia Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
I've seen you do great things. I've also seen you in Coastal Championship Wrestling. Can you elaborate further on those promotions and what kind of influence they've had on you, as well as the challenges that you've had in those organizations?
Well, Columbia Pro Wrestling, I was supposed to be there in November. We have an event set up, but something fell through, I guess. I don't know if they're still going to have it. If not, I still have something overseas lined up with, I believe it's like Guatemala, like a little tour in November real quick. Coastal Championship Wrestling is actually my home promotion. It's where I got my start. I owe everything to them, honestly. Challenges, training-wise, Coastal Championship Wrestling also trained me in-house. So it's learning because I played football my whole life. So just adjusting over from, obviously, me being in a sports background my whole life to wrestling environment. I picked up on it pretty quickly, but there are some challenges training-wise that are not natural to the human body.
Oh, that's definitely understandable. When it comes to wrestling, you definitely have to be physically fit, physically trained. Who influenced you to become a professional wrestler? Like, who did you grow up watching?
A lot of people would say like Shawn Michaels, this and that. Me, actually, I used to watch TNA in like 2004, 2005. So it's always been AJ Styles from the start. Picked up on a little bit of Rey Mysterio too. Something about just like the high flying. I feel like the fans rather see that than. Not saying character doesn't work nowadays, but wrestling has evolved, and me getting into wrestling in 2019, people want to see more of the high-flying, crazy stuff. So definitely, I would say AJ Styles and Rey Mysterio.
Oh, that's awesome. That awesome talent that you're talking about, which they still active to this day. A lot of people definitely would be influenced to see that. If you had a chance to go up against someone, who would it be in the ring?
Current or
Someone in the
past or
dream
present?
match.
Two right now at the top of my head: Ricochet and Will Ospreay.
Oh man, those are great
I
great
feel
talent.
I feel like
I
it'll
can
be.
imagine you guys locking up like that.
Oh man, I feel like it'll be a live-action stunt show.
Well, hard work pays off. If you get that hard work, you definitely will definitely make it to the top.
Oh, for sure.
Now, here's one of my main questions. June 29th, USA Pro Wrestling. Fatal four-way match. You're going to be going up against three of the top guys in USA Pro Wrestling. It's going to be yourself, Pablo Marquez, Ryzen, and Cha-Cha Charlie. You know these guys. You're familiar with them. You know what they're about. Well, how do you see your chances going into this battle?
Oh, my chances, to me, I feel are very great because, yes, I'm the smallest one in the match, but I'm the most unique one in this match skill set-wise that I believe I have the most heart out of all of them. For the starters, Pablo was my trainer. It's a dream match for one of them right there to be in the ring with him, to even touch him in the ring for Pablo Marquez. That's up there for me. I owe everything to him. Cha-Cha Charlie, we have our differences, but in ring wise, I believe we can do a lot of great things. And Ryzen, from what I've seen from him, that actually looks like a pretty interesting matchup for me. But I would say I have the best chance. Anybody can count me out because I'll be the smallest in the match. But I'm definitely going to be the most unique in the match, and I'll bring something that they're definitely not prepared for.
Well, that's
I'm sure they're listening to what your comments now. Now, since sometimes in some fatal four-way matches, alliances do happen, but as from last time, Wrestle War 1, Cha Cha Charlie and Ryzen did battle one-on-one, and it didn't finish too good, so they got the little rivalry going in there. Do you think that some might create an alliance just to take you out, or would you consider joining an alliance just to take someone out of the equation to try
Uh,
to take the match?
that would be the obvious answer. Yes, join an alliance, but again, every man for themselves in the fatal four way. Whatever happens on that day, expect the unexpected. Again, I'm not professionally friends with Cha Cha, Ryzen, Pablo. It's every man for themselves in there.
Absolutely, and it's you remember you don't have to be pinned to lose the match. So that's what makes it more exciting that you're giving it your all out there. You're actually putting everything on the line so you can win this match. Now, if you do win this match, do you think maybe Frank Goodman could possibly see you as championship caliber for USA Pro Wrestling, or any other organization can see you actually putting you in the title picture?
Oh, I believe just give me that one chance to prove to everybody what I have in the ring, and it won't be long after that until you put me in the championship picture.
Oh, okay, that's great confidence. That's the kind of confidence you got to have in the ring.
Of course, of course.
Um, for wrestling fans out there watching, is there any type of advice you would give to them wanting to get into the wrestling business, and what it would take to stay in the business and just go for your dream and just go for broke, to grasp at that brass ring?
For someone starting out that wants to get in the wrestling business, go for it. I've never had more fun. Again, I played football my whole life, all through high school. I even played semi-pro football until I switched over to professional wrestling. I've never had more fun in my life. It's honestly, you can do anything and anything you get in that ring, it's you, and you have a live crowd. So anything you wanna, your first impression you want to portray to the crowd, it doesn't always have to stick with the first impression, but it's honestly anything you want. Once you get in that ring, it's all on you. Also, training wise, just stay consistent. It's gonna take time to learn everything. You're not gonna learn everything day one, day two. Rome wasn't built in a day. I would say just stay consistent whatever you do. A lot of people I've seen come and go in my very short time of training. They will come one day, maybe two, and they're gone the next week. So if it's something you really want to do, honestly, only advice I would say is stay consistent. And don't, if this is something you really want to do, you shouldn't want to quit on it.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I'm sure there's fans listening to this and guys that actually want to become a wrestler and try to make it in this business.
Of course,
Now, go ahead. I'm sorry.
especially me, someone I honestly haven't even been training that long, and to been able to give the platform and the opportunities to do what I've already done in professional wrestling I've never thought in my wildest dreams it would happen.
No, that's very awesome that we can actually hear that from young gentlemen as yourself trying to fulfill your dream, and that's excellent. That inspires others to do that. Now, before we leave, sir, is there any message, excuse me, that you have for your USA Pro Wrestling opponents before you finish this interview?
For USA Pro Wrestling opponents, Cha Cha, this will not be the first time we've been locked up in the ring, and I guarantee it won't be the last. And every time we are in the ring together, there is something magical that's going to happen. Ryzen, I feel that's just another name that I can build my name off of, who's been on the NXT TV before, and Pablo Marquez, who's been around the world, one of the greatest ever. That all three together in one match with a young up and comer like myself, that's just one of those things I can add to the bucket list that I never thought I'd be able to do in this world.
Sounds good. There you hear it, fans. Mr. Will Austin, he's going to be in Wrestle War 2, June 29th. Fatal Four Way. Will Austin, Ryzen, Cha Cha Charlie, and Pablo Marquez. Mr. Austin, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, sir. We wish you luck. We're definitely going to be there June 29th watching that match. And good luck. And
Thank
thank you for being on the show.
No problem. Thank you for having me. Get ready for a show June 29th.
Yes, sir. There you have, fans. June 29th, Wrestle War 2. It's an event you're not going to want to miss. That main event, plus much, much more.
Take care.